Welcome back to class. I am the Techie Dude. In this lesson, we will be looking at Microsoft Excel formatting further. In our previous lesson, we looked at the font formatting. In this lesson, we'll be looking at the text alignment and go deeper into general text formatting of Microsoft Excel worksheet. So we have an empty workspace here. This is our worksheet. We'll be using this tool in the home menu, alignment, in this area that my arrow is pointing, alignment. So let us assume we have the following data: country, and then state, capital, and probably we have something like population. I want to look at male and female population. So we have this. Let's quickly look at how the text are arranged. I'm expanding the width of the column. Now, when I typed in country, you can see that it is aligned to the left. It is aligned to the left. This alignment, let me hover on it, then you will see align left. By default, it aligned left. As I type into my cell, every text here aligned to the left, except this population, because I've worked on it previously anyway. But you can see by default, Excel will align to the left. In some cases, we might want it to align to the center. Okay, let's say state and capital. We want it aligned to the center of the cell. All you need to do is to click there and then see this icon, center your content. You can see it is center. Let me enlarge all this so that you can see it better. So you can see it is aligned to the center. You can align left, you can align center, you can align to the right, to the extreme right also. Depends on what you are working with. So you align according to how you want your work to be formatted. Align left, align center, align right. So let's return back to the left. Now we want to merge these cells. If you are following up in our previous lesson, you will understand how to do merging. We want country to be aligned in such a way that it will capture both state and capital under it. So we select the two cells, cell C7, and we drag it to D7, and then we just use this quick one, merge and center. With this, you can see it has merged the cell, it has combined two cells into one, and then state and capital are under it. The same thing with population. Let's do that. So merge and center, so we have these male and female under it. Let's center all of them. We can just select all and say center. So you can see it's at the center. Oh, we want it to right, we do that. We want it center. Now we have this. Now we can enter. Let's enter a few information below the state. Let's say Lagos, Ikeja. Let's say Rivers, and we go Port Harcourt. Let's say where Ogun, Abeokuta. Let's say Delta, Asaba. So let's format this. So we have this. You can see by default they are aligned to the left. So if we want them to go to the center, we can select all and then goes to the center straight. But I think this will be good at the left there. So we have the country, we have this. We can border it now. Let's border just this. We have what we can see here now, state and capital, and this is aligned at the center, merge and center, merge and center. We can say merge, what we have used is merge and center. We can use merge across, we can use merge cells and all that. We'll be coming into all this later, but a quick one is merge and center, and we have done merge and center. Let us put border around this also. We go and we have border around it. So with this, we can align contents to the left, to the center, or to the right. Now, I'm going to expand this row. You can see I've expanded the row width, the row width, and you can see that the country and the population are aligned to the bottom of the cells, because when you look at the alignment here, you see this is selected, aligned to the bottom. You might want it to be aligned elsewhere, like to the center or to the top, that is to the middle or to the top. So I click on this. We can come here and say align to the center. So it is aligned to the middle. So you may arrange it to the middle, or you want it to be on the top. Look at it. So just select the cell, align to the middle. Let's select population and say align. It is aligned to the bottom. So let's align to the top. You can see we have that. So let's align it to the center back to make it look neat. Now we have used all these tools now. Now we have this, which is orientation. Sometimes we want it to be slightly aligned. Let us look at it. Rotate your text diagonally or vertically. This is a great way to label narrow columns. Sometimes we have narrow columns that are not too wide. Let us decrease this. Okay, don't let's over decrease it. And we want this to be aligned diagonally. So if I come here and click this, you can see what angle do you want it? Counterclockwise, clockwise, vertical, rotate text up or rotate it down. Let us just work on each of them now. So let us do this. Look at the way it's going to look like. So we can align this way. So with this, we have aligned it counterclockwise. Let us align clockwise. It will look like this. Now let us align vertical. It's going to look like this. Let us align this. Sometimes you may want it to look like this, depends on what you are doing. So you can see country is aligned vertically. Then we can rotate text up also to look like this. I want you to work to try all this and see the different ways that we can align our text. So let's move it vertically or remove that alignment entirely from it. If I clicked on this arrow or here, you will see greater options that we can use, more option on alignment. Presently, we have aligned. If you look at the orientation, it is aligned this way. So let us direct it. I drag the arrow, look at it, drag the arrow to the center, and we get it back to where it's supposed to be. So we are back to where it used to be. Use this arrow to get more option on the format cells dialog. And you can see that in the format cells dialog that pops up here, we can do our alignment, we can format our font, what we did in the last lesson, we can work on the border, the fill, protection, and the number. So we go back to the alignment. You can see we can align a selected cell by just coming to orientation and hold down your button, your mouse, and then drag it to the direction you want it to be and click OK. You will see it will be aligned that way. It will be aligned that way. Like you can see the country has been aligned that way. So let's return it back to the center. I'm going to return it back to this, and you can see it is back there. Now, what of the wrapping? We are going to use the wrap test. Wrap test. We wrap test into wrap extra long text into multiple lines so you can see all of it. Let's assume we have a longer text here. Let's say we type countries of the world, and we have a place, a cell that cannot contain all. Let's remove this one and call it ph. So we have a text, a row that cannot contain all, like this. You can see country of the world. We cannot read all except we go to our formula bar to read all. So with this now, we can wrap it to contain it. We can wrap it to contain it. If I click on the wrap, look at what has happened. It We can see all the text there because it has wrapped the content. What this one does is that it might reduce the size, the font size of our text, but it will contain the exact size, the width of the cells that we push it into. Let me do another exercise. Let us just come here and say, I will have a lesson tomorrow. And you see now, it cannot contain this cell, rather it expands itself into other cells. If I should type any other thing here, say average, you see now, we cannot see the whole of what I've written here except we go to the formula bar here, the formula bar here, where we can read the content. So but we want it to contain that place. We want all I've written to be shown in this cell. If we say wrap text, look at what has happened. It wrapped the text containing that particular width of the column I've given onto it, the particular width of the column I've given to it. Rather, it moved the text to different lines so that the whole information there can be readable. So let us undo that. And that is what wrapping the text does for us. In our next lesson, we'll be looking at this expanded menu where we walk around all these format cell. Watch out for the next lesson. Thank you.